Aloha, Hawaii. I'm Wendy Lowe, and I'm your friend as we journey to take your health back. We are coming to you live from downtown Honolulu from the studios of ThinkTech Hawaii. Today, our topic of discussion will be on your mother/nurse was right. I know it's so funny. It's because you always hear your mother was right, but we have a special guest that I'm going to explain to you in a minute. What I would like you to take away from today's discussion is that taking your health back is easy when you are ready to take that step. So joining me today is a special, dear, and wise friend with a lot of compassion for her patients, the keiki of tomorrow, and as well as their parents. Please welcome today Alice Chan. Hey, Alice.
Hello. Hi,
She
Wendy.
is a pediatric nurse practitioner, and we just want to welcome and mahalo you for being on our show today. And I just want you to share a little bit about yourself before we get started.
Hi, Wendy.
Hello.
Thank you for inviting me on your show today. I'm from San Francisco, California, and I'm actually vacationing here in Honolulu to visit my son, Derek. I have 2 grown children, and he moved here to Honolulu 2 years ago.
Wow, I bet you didn't think that you were going to be on a TV show coming to Hawaii, right?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean,
surprise for me.
Yeah, and the fact that you said yes and you want to share your heart with all of us in Hawaii and San Francisco and the world, this is amazing, and we really appreciate you. I mean, most out of state, when they come to visit, they go to the beach and they surf and they hike the trails. But you get to be on TV worldwide, and we're just so appreciative that you are here with us today. So, you are a nurse practitioner. Now, I had an education myself this afternoon because there are differences between a nurse and a nurse practitioner. Can you just share a little bit about that?
Well, a nurse can work either in inpatient hospital or in a clinic or various other areas. As a nurse practitioner, I am considered an advanced practice nurse. And so I see patients as a clinician, side by side with other physicians. And we are called primary care providers. So we will see patients in a clinic setting. But I do a lot of health promotion, health teaching, maintenance. I do common pediatric illnesses, disease, but we focus on holistic health, the entire healthy person.
So, as a young student coming out of high school, did you know you wanted to be a nurse going into college?
I did not know. I had an experience. I traveled abroad, came back, and a friend asked me to consider it. And so I looked it up, and I volunteered in many areas. And I decided, I like helping people. I really enjoy working with people. And so I decided to go into nursing.
Very good. So I know that you're married to a doctor, Dr. Ken Chan.
Yes.
And I'm always curious, did you meet him in the hospital in the wards, or did you know him in high school or in grade school? What's the love story like?
The actual story is we met way back in, he knew me back in Chinese grammar school.
Wow.
And so throughout the years, we knew each other, but I think when we re-met was really when he was going through medical school and I was going through nursing school at UCSF.
Wow. And so then you started the courtship. Well, in medical school, him becoming a doctor, you becoming a nurse. How exciting is that? And that you could actually share more common topics, of discussion, and not just, hey, what you like to eat tonight? Or, hey, what movie do you want to see? So you had really deep conversations, I'm sure.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So about how long have you been practicing as a nurse practitioner?
40 years.
About 40 years.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a great career, a solid career, and I'm sure you have many good stories and sad stories and just success stories all around. I just want to ask you, Alice, for the first 20 years of your career, what was the dominant or the prevalent disease for pediatrics at that time?
There was a wide variety of respiratory disease and illnesses that children are very prone to. One of them can be asthma, bronchiolitis as toddlers. So malnutrition, just common illnesses that children would carry, and we would treat them.
And besides malnutrition, what do you attribute a lot of those diseases to? Was it their lifestyle? Was it their diets? What do you think it was with those diseases that you mentioned?
Well, those diseases actually are common to most of pediatrics, including dermatology problems. I work in a county hospital where we serve the underserved population, many cultural ethnic groups of people from all over the world. that contributes to a lot of the illnesses that they have because their immune system is down and they're not probably their nutrition don't have adequate nutrition and it expresses it itself through illness and disease.
I see. So that's like the first 20 years of your career as a nurse practitioner. So from about the year 2000 to today, what is the most dominant or prevalent disease of this day that you feel?
The current prevalence is obesity. I would say across all cultures and all ethnic groups. Obesity, prediabetes. I don't have that many diabetics in my own care, but I know that exists. We're talking about type 2 diabetes, okay?
Right.
Where you don't inherit the gene and have
It's
diabetes
lifestyle.
early. Yeah.
Lifestyle. You know, I represent the American Diabetes Association as a board of director, and I've been serving for the last 8 years. Honestly, I didn't know too much about diabetes, and it wasn't my world. And now that I've been involved with the diabetic world here in Hawaii, my eyes are wide open to the cause, to the issues, and the numbers. 8 years ago, when I took the position as a board, we reported about 154,000 diabetics here in the state of Hawaii out of 1.4 million people. Today, 8 years later, we're now reporting over 600,000 diabetics here in the state of Hawaii. And again, 1.4, 1.5 million people. So we're beyond 10%, which we all know 10% of a population with a disease is an epidemic. And so we're beyond epidemic proportions here in Hawaii. And we understand and we know why Hawaiians or our people here has a high dominance of diabetes. From a nurse practitioner point of view, what do you feel is the cause for such rise in diabetes?
It's the obesity, and the obesity comes from lack of understanding of healthy nutrition. Besides overeating, eating the wrong foods, people lack awareness and the consciousness.
Right.
Or if they're from the poor sector, the people that we serve, they may not have access to healthy fruits and vegetables or grocery stores, which does occur in our city.
That's correct. Yeah, and so you hit it right on the nail right there where you said that I asked you why is it rising so rapidly. It's awareness and education. I think when people understand that they could become diabetic and we give them more awareness and education towards the issue, I think we can help them along that journey because we all know that it can be reversed. You know, I saw that one of my friends was just diagnosed with prediabetes, and one more number up, she would have been in the diabetic world. She refused. So she drastically changed her diet. She reduced herself by about 60 pounds. She's on a lifestyle that will change her whole future. But she took her health into her own hands, and she made a difference and is making a difference. And now she's on Facebook saying to others, we can make a difference. So it's, in other words, is knowing what you need to do is the first step. And we can educate all we want, but now they have to take action.
And that is true.
Right?
I
so
agree.
like for your position, you see a lot of moms and kids, and you know, you could just be a nurse and just say, hey, temperature, fine, this, and that, stick them with the, you know, whatever you need to do, and off they go. But you're an out-of-the-box nurse. So tell me, what would you advise a parent with a newly diagnosed child with diabetes?
It begins even before that. It's all preventative is what I do in pediatrics. And actually I spend the majority of my visit talking about nutrition because it is so important. And if you raise the children from infancy and teach them the correct foods to eat and what's healthy as far as choices, and I repeat it at every visit, they get the idea. So as far as I talk more from the point of view of prevention rather than what do I do when they have diabetes or prediabetes. With that, we draw labs when they're obese from age 7 or 8 up. We draw labs and we show them with numbers that they're reaching pre-diabetic levels. And then the parents get they're alert because it's an actual number. You get their attention. And they'll ask me to get the testing. And so by our discussing with them, they don't always understand, but with the numbers in the lab tests, then they get a better understanding. So,
you know, I know that you are a healthy eater, and I know you promote that. But your personal lifestyle, you are a vegetarian or plant strong.
Yes.
And so you are already walking the talk. So I think that's why you're so special. And that's why I really enjoy listening to you, because you're not just telling your patients and their families to do this. You are actually living proof of it. And so that's the power behind your voice and the fact that you can make a difference. So I'm so excited that you're here on this show, because now your voice becomes even more magnified. You can reach so many more people by sharing your heart and your message of healthy nutrition, lifestyle, and all the great things that you need to share with others so that they can acquire what you have, a great healthy future, especially as we grow older.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That is very true.
Yay, I'm glad we are getting this point across. Okay, so what do you feel is the best part about being a nurse?
It's the teaching and teaching the parents, helping them to understand when they don't. It's very joyful that I can do this, because each patient's situation is different as far as the nutrition. But that's a big part of who I am as a person, as well as a nurse practitioner, is that I can deliver this message of health, healthy eating, healthy living for the parents, so that their children can grow up to be healthy individuals, and preventing diabetes. I would say that's probably the emphasis of what I do in my practice.
So that's the oath that you took, right?
That's the oath I took.
Yes.
And probably 50% of my time in clinic, or the time with the patient, is really about nutrition.
Yes.
I will handwrite notes to them. I may take a little bit longer, but that is so important, so crucial. The health of what we eat, what we put into our bodies, and we are who we eat. What we eat is what we are.
Right, and there we do. We have a picture of an apple right there, and that's exactly, that apple represents over 10,000 nutrients and vitamins. And if we just consume more apples and more fruits, it's going right into our body bioavailably, and it's making a difference, whether we know it or not. But people don't look at an apple as a meal. And I really want people to understand that if I'm not hungry at dinner time or at lunch and I just want to snack on something, snack on the apple, not apple juice.
Right.
Just the whole apple with the nutrients, the fiber, and all the good things that God put in there for our bodies to help us heal. Because the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And that is so true as a great start, because it does. Putting 10,000 nutrients and vitamins in your body, it's got to make a positive difference in one way or another.
Absolutely, especially on a cellular level that people don't see. And remember, everything is over time.
Right.
You don't see it, but it's giving the foundation for the body to be healthier and to give a stronger immune system. And so I work in a subspecialty clinic of asthma, and we incorporate good nutrition as part of treating patients with asthma.
Wow.
So whatever area, good nutrition is the foundation of good health.
So, Alice, I asked you what is the best part about being a nurse. I now need to know from you, what is the worst part about being a nurse? And I know it's not bedpans. Okay, so
no,
because you're beyond that. So
yeah,
share with us, is there a downside to being a nurse?
I think sometimes the advice or recommendations that we give, it takes a while for parents to hear. But I know that whatever I say each time, we all learn by repetition. Whether we're learning something new or learning to change our lifestyle, our eating lifestyle, eating healthier, repetition makes a difference. And I know that in the long run, whether I'm a nurse or a mother speaking, that they will hear me. They're going to hear my message. So the downside, yes, there's frustration, but in the end, they will hear me, and where they arrive at that point is when they're ready. People make changes when they're ready.
Right, and that's exactly the key point. They're going to take that step towards health and wellness when they're ready.
Absolutely.
And then the action occurs. When the action occurs, results will happen.
Absolutely.
So, Alice, we're going to have to take a short 60-second break right now.
Okay.
And when we return, we're going to hear more from Alice and the solutions that may come to all these situations that are now prevalent in our Keikis' lives. So, see you in a few minutes, or a minute.
Hey, aloha. My name is Andrew Lanning. I'm the host of Security Matters Hawaii, airing every Wednesday here on ThinkTech Hawaii, live from the studios. I'll bring you guests. I'll bring you information about the things in security that matter to keeping you safe, your coworkers safe, your family safe, to keep our community safe. We want to teach you about those things in our industry that, may be a little outside of your experience. So please join me because security matters. Aloha.
Aloha, I'm Yukari Kunisue, the host of Konnichiwa Hawaii, Japanese talk show on ThinkTech Hawaii. Konnichiwa Hawaii is all Japanese broadcast show, and it's streamed live on ThinkTech at 2 p.m. every other Monday. Thank you so much for watching our show. We look forward to seeing you then. I'm Yukari Kunisue. Mahalo.
Aloha and welcome back to ThinkTech Hawaii. Today we have Alice Chan, nurse practitioner, and she's visiting us from San Francisco. She came to visit her son here in Hawaii, and I asked her if she would like to share her heart and her knowledge about whole food nutrition and the impact it has on children's health. And she said, I'd love to do it. So most tourists come to swim and surf and hike. Alice has come to be on our show to share her heart. So welcome back, Alice.
Thank you, Wendy.
Okay. So I know that the disease of the day is that has a lot of dominance would be diabetes, and
Yes.
you deal with children, peds, and you gave us your heart about advice to the children and to their parents, and we all agree that you can educate as much as you can and make them aware, but if they're not ready to take the action or the first step, nothing will happen. So you continue to share the message.
Yes.
Of whole food nutrition, lifestyle, and all that. So now we want to talk a little bit about the solutions to the issues that we spoke of earlier, which is number one, we spoke about eating healthy, which is an apple a day, which we know is the best, one of the best snacks for us
Right.
all, or it even could be a meal. But I understand you took it a step further, and you now deliver to your family fresh fruits, or fresh vegetables, I should say, within your home. Tell us what you're doing now in San Francisco.
Well, since our son moved to Hawaii, he was introduced to the tower, the Green Tower, and he actually put up a Green Tower in our home, in our
On his
greenhouse.
vacation?
During his visit home, he actually put up the Green Tower for us.
What a good son.
It was like one of the best gifts he ever brought home to us.
Wow. Wow.
I am so happy and so joyed. I thought it would be a lot of work in the beginning. My husband takes care of the water and the nutrients, and I just get to pluck the wonderful leaves and vegetables from the tower garden. And I took it a step further. I had such an abundance of pesto. I made pesto sauce and started giving it away to each of my coworkers and bringing in fresh kale. And now they're thinking about wanting a tower garden.
Excellent. And you know, you don't have to be Chinese like us two, okay, to realize the value, because you're now producing, so you don't have to buy kale, you don't have to buy basil and other lettuces and things that you're producing. And the best part is you're getting peace of mind that you're getting the best quality of food into your body, your family, and some of your friends outside of your home. So that's very powerful.
Yes.
So you're walking the talk even further. I'm so excited. I mean, plus you raising your children as healthy as you are, making strong decisions for yourself, and then encouraging your children to eat that way as well. That's powerful, and that's what I really want to stress to parents, is that no matter if it seems like we keep repeating ourselves, parents, that eat this, eat that, it's good for you. You know, it's plants and vegetables and fruits are so important and so good for you that it will save our lives. And so if we keep repeating this message again and again and again, you know what, when they grow up, Alice, they remember. Because my children as well, I mean, I've been repeating it again and again, and they make their decisions and choices. But you know what the bottom line is? When I watch the way they eat now, better choices than most average Hawaiians or locals here. And I'm sure your children have the same lifestyle thoughts as well on nutrition. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm so proud of Derek. I raised both my children as vegetarians for probably 13 years.
Right.
Watched them go through their phases, but when they, between their 20s and 30s, came back and I watched them eat more healthily, healthy choices, lots of fruits and vegetables and brown rice. And that was because I laid the foundation.
Right.
And so I feel that as a mother and as a nurse practitioner, I think that we are the best role models as parents to show our children.
Right.
Because they will emulate and follow.
Exactly. And, you know, that's why God gave us that responsibility of being a parent, so that we can discipline them until they're about 18 years old, do the best we can, give them everything they need, and then from that point on, their lives are in their hands,
That is
essentially.
True. That is true.
So as long as we set the groundwork for healthy choices, healthy lifestyle, just the right direction, those children that we raise for the first 18, now they have that base within them. And I think it's so important. And so, yes, sometimes children are raised without their biological parents. So, the people that are mentoring them, or like even aunties, or even you in the clinic, you have that opportunity to mentor them in the right direction. And as you're mentoring the patient, their mommies and daddies are listening to you as well. If they hear you again and again and again, it may register. And the prayer is that it registers before disease enters into their world. And so that's the hope, right? Do this before with prevention in mind.
Prevention, absolutely.
Right? Prevention, awareness, education, so key. And that's what we're going to continue to repeat again and again and again. So, of course, one step or one solution towards a healthier lifestyle. Another point would be that our lifestyle. Are we sitting down watching TV all day? Are we going for hikes? So what is one of your favorite pastimes, whether you're here or at home?
I love hiking.
Okay.
I hike on weekends with my girlfriend or on vacations with my husband and sometimes with my son.
Very good. And so hiking is very important because good air, you get
Fresh
to
air,
see
yes.
other locations and other venues and just experience so many different things versus sitting on the couch at home, right?
That's one thing I always try to tell my patients.
Right. So get out there. And, like I travel a lot. And so even walking, I just came back from the Orient. So I was in Singapore and Malaysia and Hong Kong, and we walked everywhere with my children. 10 miles, 12 miles a day. So even though I consume a lot of food, enormous amount of food, I came back 2 pounds lighter. Oh. Okay? And so the saving grace is just that. So you're going to eat because you're traveling and you want to experience all the different foods of the culture. So what are we going to do? Just eat and go back to a hotel room and sit and watch TV? No. With my kids, we walked, and then we walked some more. Like you never believe how much we could walk in a city setting.
Yeah.
But as I said, it made a vast difference. When I was in Israel, we walked 10 to 12 to 15 miles daily. Ooh. And we ate all the great food of the shuk and everywhere that we could go. And again, came back losing weight. However, when I travel to conferences and I eating the food of the city, and I'm not able to walk and exercise as I should, I come back and it takes me months and months and months to drop the weight that I gained while on vacation. Right?
That is true.
So on your vacation here to Hawaii, you've been hiking, you've been walking. What are you doing?
Well,
did you hike Diamond Head yet?
Yes, we did that yesterday.
Okay,
we did that yesterday, and that was great exercise. And just all over the city, even walking down Waikiki. Those are long distances.
Right. So I know that I mentioned to you earlier, whatever you preach and you mentored or you drilled into your children, they're living that lifestyle too. Because I think the next slide is your son moved here to Hawaii, and what does he do? He takes up surfing. So he's in the water. I believe he says he surfs every day if he can.
Yes.
So he does his responsibilities. He's building his business, and then he's out surfing. So Hawaii is the best for that.
Yes.
Okay. Number one, he's in water hydrotherapy, and the best part, being Chinese, it's free, right? So he gets a lot of great air, exercise, and all the right things. So you see, it doesn't cost a lot of money. We don't have to join gyms. Right?
Absolutely.
Just walk it off, have a good time, go out with friends, laugh. If you love shopping, which I'm not partial to, if you do, go to the mall and just walk circles. In fact, the Ala Moana Shopping Center here, they have a walking track. If you walk around the mall, it's like a 1.5 miles. So if you want, you walk twice. And if you walk 5 times, then you go in and you can have a cup of coffee. Or a cup of tea or something.
Absolutely.
So you reward yourself with walking the perimeter 5 times, and then you can go inside.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So for shopaholics, I think, right? That's a great opportunity to get out and exercise. For myself, when I do walk, I walk the dog. I walk a mile plus every day. And then I surf for a few hours, every time I'm in the water. And in fact, if the sun's out when we're done today, I'm going to hit the waves. Because the surf's up right now. So can't miss that opportunity, right?
And I also the best thing right after you eat a meal is to go walking. So if you have a dinner meal, is to go walking afterward.
Right.
So any meal that you have, if the opportunity is there, whether you're at work or at home, is basically to exercise and walk right after you eat a meal. It helps for digestion and it helps with the sugar levels in our body.
Right. And so, you know, being a healthy plant strong, what's your favorite meal?
I eat a lot of salads. I eat a kale salad every day. I prepare, you know, for work. When I come home,
do you grow your own kale now?
I grow my own kale on the green tower that my son helped set up in my home.
Wow.
And it's fabulous because it's fresh. It's pesticide, insecticide free. It is so fresh tasting when you take a bite of it.
Right.
And people vouch at work. They say the same thing to me.
Wow.
And it's so much fun to go to the tower and pluck.
You know, I admire this because you're walking the talk. You know, I mean, I look at you, I'm not going to say your age or how old we are, but we know we're 60s plus. And I just think you're epitome of health, but it's because you chose that.
It's making healthy choices.
Right.
It's our choice. And so we can take back into our own hands our health. And that means healthy choices in what we eat.
Right.
And exercise, rest, relaxation, and also adequate sleep. All that is health.
Right.
Health is not just any one thing of just what we eat or exercise. It's the mental health, it's the mental health aspect, and taking time for ourselves and appreciating what is around us.
Right.
And so we like to be in nature a lot. I do.
Wow, that's amazing. And so, you know, even if you you weren't concerned about your health, okay, just say the average person didn't care about their health. If you want to look beautiful, if you want to look beautiful longer, by eating healthier, making healthier choices, great exercise, you're going to look the best you could ever look without a lot of makeup.
Yes,
and even if you didn't care about health,
right?
Okay, just by making those choices, your skin will glow. You'll have less wrinkles because you have better quality of dermis, better quality of skin. Your overall health, overall stress will be detoxed out of your system. And so, as I said, ladies, gentlemen as well, even if you don't care about how you feel, you're right. Do it for vanity, and that makes sense,
true.
right?
That
Because
is true.
I mean, I want to just say, my friend wrote a book called "Do You Have the Guts to Be Beautiful?" Yeah, I have the guts to be beautiful. I don't care about my health, but I want to be beautiful. So I'm going to eat those healthy foods. I'm going to exercise, drink more water, and all the right things. And then you know what? You're going to get healthy anyway despite the fact. So it just goes hand in hand. And that's really what we want to stress to our audience out there, is that you have control of what you are because you are what you eat.
That is absolutely true.
Yes. So, you know, our time has come to an end with Alice, the nurse practitioner from San Francisco. So really, truly appreciate you taking your time off to be here with us in Hawaii and sharing your heart and your knowledge and your experiences. So mahalo to you, and mahalo to your husband for allowing you to be with us as well.
Thank you, Wendy.
Aloha, Alice, and mahalo.